Without further ado, I would love to introduce you to a man I met just a few years ago and have been talking about him ever since. And I'm really delighted that he turned down a day with Grant Cardone, Gary Vee and Russell Brand to be here with us today, feeling quite privileged. Please put your hands together and give a warm hug welcome to Mr. Ricky O'Donnell.
Oh. Thank you, everybody. So actually, since it's the morning, I would all like you to stand, please. I am about to show you the best exercise in the world. Okay? I know it might not look it, but it is the best exercise in the world. You have to do it with me, and then you'll know why. So, arms up, please. Arm stretch. Please take a seat. That is the best exercise in the world. And I'm not going to tell you why that's the best exercise in the world. I'm going to leave it to my nephews and my two children. We're going to show you the best exercise in the world. Ready? This is it. Ready? Show everyone the best exercise in the world. And why is that the best exercise in the world?
We're alive!
We're alive. It means you're not in a coffin. Have an awesome week or weekend, day, night, wherever you are. Have a good one. Bye-bye. Okay, so you're not in a coffin. Hands up, all of you, or those of you who are parents in the room. Okay, awesome, quite a few. Hands up if you'd still like to be a child. Yeah, definitely. Awesome. Okay, so why am I here today? Debbie asked me to come, and I've known Debbie for a number of years. I'm here to share my story. I'm here to time travel with you, share some success tips, and inspire you to take action. That's one. I'm also here to sell a product or service or connect with you, but my cheapest product is free. Is that okay if I share my story with you? Yeah. Hands up if that's okay. Excellent. Awesome. If you yawn later, I apologise. Okay, who am I? An ordinary guy wanting to do extraordinary things. I'm the CEO and founder of rjdm.com, which is a media and technology business that's been around for forever, really. Very successful, working with brands of all shapes and sizes. And a couple of personal facts I'd like to share with you. I'm a cancer survivor, almost 2 years clear, 5th of December, so 2 years clear. As it is, well, thank you. Guys, I honestly, you've got to check yourself. I was misdiagnosed for 9 months, and I was persistent to get checked. I used to be a retained fireman. I was a fireman for over 8 years, so I saw quite a few things. Been in business over 18 years. In fact, last week was our 18th birthday as RJDM. Thank you. I know that's a long time. I'm coming of age. It's coming of age. As an animation company, I've now got to grow up, you know. And over the last year, I've managed to get over 13,000 followers on Instagram. So it's something that thank you. Now, I noticed that you've all got pens and paper, and you will probably know the answer to this question. But I would like you, if possible, please, to write down what is your why. Okay? What is your why? Why is it you do everything that you do? Okay? Right. It's an important question, that one, and I wanted you to write your question before I share mine. This is my why, my beautiful family, and yes, that +1 is I am due a monkey in March next year. And we didn't think it was possible, but obviously the other side is still working. and we're going to have a little boy, so that's pretty awesome. Thank you. So my why is my beautiful wife, my son Kai, my daughter Ava. They are my wife, my why. I want friends all over the world, so my kids can have friends all over the world. I heard this statement on stage over a year ago, and it was Grant Cardone who said that. I didn't know who he was, had no idea, but I thought, wow, that's very cool, because I had quite a big network, but didn't really know too many people over the pond. That single statement took me to America a number of times, and I made so many friends now, it's unbelievable. And my kids also have a number of friends that they follow entrepreneurs and that, which is great with kids, especially if you've got an 11-year-old, because if I tell him anything, he doesn't want to do it. But if he says, Grant Cardone just did this, Daddy, I'm like, awesome. I'm going to live at home forever and I'm going to rent a house out. Oh, okay, awesome. Go, Chris. And with almost 8 billion people on the planet, I only want 3 billion people to buy from me, but I want to impact 1 billion lives. Now, this is the first time I've done this presentation to an audience apart from my children. And I did this at the weekend. My son said to me, why only 1 billion? I was like, excellent answer, Kai. Yeah, okay, 8 billion. So I test run it with them. So what I'd like to do is I'd like to teleport you now back to 2001. So this is the time traveling bit. 2001, just graduated university, and I've been wanting to be an animator since I was 10 years old. So I just graduated the National Centre of Computer Animation, and life was good. I was making money, not many people were doing 3D, I was in huge demand. I went from a creative freelancer to then form RJDM.com. Brilliant, right? Absolutely awesome. I was in London, I was working, it was amazing. Life was just superb. And then, a couple of years later, I had a tap on the shoulder. Ricky, you're not going to be able to sustain this. You need to change something. You're working all the time. You're going to wake up. You're going to be 40. And everybody around you is going to be gone. That was from my dad. Whoa, okay. Deep, Dad. Cheers. Yeah, thanks. Anyway. That was me. I was earning good money. I was working for all the brands. I've worked for pretty much every brand at one point. We've done Top Gear, Disney. You've probably seen something that my company's produced over the years. But I was working like mad, to the point I'd worked so much that I would go from London and then wake up in Birmingham and go, shit, missed the train. If I fall asleep on the train, don't do it. I did it twice in 2 years. Oh, that was me then. 2008, which is probably around here, my little boy was born. Okay. Now at this point, something had to give. I left the fire brigade because if I wasn't working, I was on a course at the weekend on how to cut people out of cars. And if you think you're having a bad day, you go and see someone who's lost their whole family. That's a proper bad day. But my son became my reality check. The thing was, I realised that I had to learn, and my dad's advice couldn't be more right. Yeah. Can I hands up who are business owners in the room? Okay, quite a few. And hands up if you have a job. You all have a job. You're all working. Okay. And anybody who tells you business is easy is delusional, right? Because it is tough. 2010. Oh man, cooking on gas. We've gone from 2001 to 2010. 2010, my little girl was born. And she is my total princess, right? Now, the thing in 2010 was this was me. You see, in the media industry, it's believed, and all the agencies and everyone, I need this project and I need it by tomorrow. Okay. Weekends were family time. Okay. I remembered what my dad had said. My little boy, as he was growing up, if I had a busy day at work and I'd come home and then see him and all he wanted to do was me to read him a story, and I would go, oh, Daddy's so busy. And I went, no, hang on. He's waited his whole day for me to come home to read him that story. So get your backside up and read him the story. So that was me. And to get there, I've had many mentors, many coaches. I've listened to lots of audiobooks. I don't do reading very well. set up an animation company to draw pictures, not to read. And I was actually, one of the things that really hit me, I was at a conference and somebody said this, and it is so impactful. How do you think children spell love? How would you say? L-U-V, okay. How would you think children spell love?
Probably spend like time or something.
Great answer. Time. Life is about memory hooks, okay? What's the point of having kids if you don't get to enjoy them? What's the point of working so hard if you can't spend time with your family, right? So I was an architect of time. That's what I was in my early years. Now, come back to 2017, I was diagnosed with cancer. But I was misdiagnosed for 9 months because I went to the doctor and they went, oh, it's probably a cyst or something, you'll be fine, have some painkillers. 3 months later, it was really still painful, I wasn't comfortable. Went to the doctor again and they said it's probably a cyst, have some painkillers. Time passes, 9 months has passed. I go and see my doctor and go, seriously, this here I'm not comfortable, I really want to go and have an ultrasound. So I went and had an ultrasound. The lady said, you're going to see a doctor today? I went, yeah, there's like a 2-week lead time. No, you're going to see a doctor today. So, okay. I was on the operating table 2 days later. And I had several seminomas, and I had chemo last year. Luckily, I only had 1 round of chemo, and that's why I'm a bit like Dory, so if I repeat myself, I apologise. But because I had become an architect of time, I actually didn't have any regrets apart from wanting some more holidays with the family. So I didn't go, oh my God, I'm working all the time, this is that. Because my dad said this message to me back here, right? So I had then created time and I was like, shit, I need to have some more holidays. Let's have some holidays. So then what happened? I teleported way over here to 2027. And why I live in the future is because I didn't believe I was worthy to talk business or give advice, because my original plan was build the business up, sell it for loads of money, then go and do talking. That's what I wanted to do. That was my plan. And GC and everyone I spoke to goes, but you work with all these brands, you see all these people, you do all this stuff. And I was like, yeah. And you know what? I created time. I'm going to do it. Because at the moment, one of the things that frustrated me is that there are lots of people who are speaking and giving advice on business who may or may not have had businesses. And there are lots of very good people out there, I'm not trusting everyone. But for me, you have to taste the words that come out of your mouth. And the biggest single problem for most businesses is time. But after getting cancer, I went, I need to make some money. I've made loads of other people loads of money. How do you make money? So for the last 2 years, this has happened. So RJDM, 18 years last week. TeamHousePoints.com was born, inspired by a book by Powerful by Patty McCord. It's a simple solution for a common problem. It's a software platform that we've designed and built. Success leaves clues. Success comes in many forms. Success doesn't have to be about money. Success can be coming home early to see your kids, going to the cinema, doing anything. Success comes in so many forms, right? I mean, in the fire brigade, when I was in the fire brigade, and I saw some people, and you'd get to an accident and go, they're going to be brown bread. And then you hear, and all of a sudden you spend 2 hours cutting them out and they live. That's a pretty successful day. In fact, that did happen once, and we said to the guy, dude, what is your lottery numbers? Because there is no way you should be alive. And he was like, it's okay, don't waste a helicopter on me or my wife. So, oh my God. And SLCPocket.com. SLCPocket.com is something, because we build training platforms for loads of companies, I was like, okay, I will create a platform that will take some of the best bits of what I've learned and put it on this platform. Okay, there's no right or wrong, there's different. You know most of the things I'm going to probably say. But that's why I created SLCPocket.com. And now I would like to share with you a few success tips. And I've spent hundreds of thousands of pounds meeting people. And in fact, I've got more people now on my phone with private jets than I've ever had. And that's pretty awesome. And in fact, one of the guys who is a friend of mine, I said I was coming here and talking. He said, Ricky, what you should do, you should talk about this next fact, because everybody talks about this next point. Not everybody uses it. And he said, you're the only person I know who actually uses what I'm about to share with you. And what I'm about to share with you is something from the future. It is so powerful, and I've got an example to show you that you should do in your businesses or in your day-to-day lives. And that is video sales letters. Now, you could say they're sales letters, but realistically, they're very successful letters. Has anybody ever done a video sales letter? Have you heard of them? Oh, wow. Awesome. So this is a really cool point. So if you're like me, I get about 20,000 emails. I don't do email. If you have my mobile, you have me on social media, or my mobile on social media, you got me, you got LinkedIn. Everything else is to my PA and my team. Video sales letters, when you don't have time, are phenomenal, absolutely amazing. I will show you an example of what I mean, okay? Because we live in a world where we're doing selfies or taking pictures. These are so powerful because everybody doesn't have time. So you have an omnipresence. Most of you, you said you were business owners. Do you phone your customers? Hands up, do you phone your customers? Okay, and do you email them too? Okay, so you phone and email. If you do a video message as well, that's non-intrusive. Listen to this one.
Hello Mark, so I just thought I would give you a quick message to let you know I have sent a WeTransfer to your personal email address that was on the business card, because I don't actually have your work email address. In the WeTransfer is a PowerPoint presentation with some ideas of costs and some examples with a testimonial. Obviously, I happily discuss this with you and pull some more bits together next week, but it's just a rough idea of sort of showing you some of the things we talked about yesterday and just to give you a flavour of what I think is possible. Anyway, have a great weekend, have a safe trip, and I'll speak soon. Take care.
That's quite a long message, but I'd sent him an email, I'd sent him a WeTransfer, I'd said to him on LinkedIn, Mark, I've just sent you the file, and then I sent him that video. I did 4 touches. None of them were hard sell, none of them were intrusive. It was just making him aware that that thing I said I was going to do, I actually did. Okay? And they're a great way for communicating because nobody really does email. It gets lost into the abyss of things. And I generally do it to clients all the time. Oh, right, Jonathan, we just started the project. Check this out. It's all cool. And then have a look. I had the meeting and I talked to him about video letters. This was his response. And I asked him if I could use this.
Hey Ricky, you beat me to it. I was going to send you a video message earlier today. Thank you very much for the information. I'm going to have a good look at it later this afternoon and then speak to John about it next week so we can follow things up the week after. As you can see, I'm also on your website. I'm becoming a new member. So I'm a convert already. Thank you very much for the meeting yesterday and hopefully speak soon. Cheers, bye.
Now Mark come to see me as RJDM because one of my superpowers is digital strategy. So a lot of the companies that I work with, they're either creating their own digital teams, creating their agencies. I work with brands like Coca-Cola, Mars, Autodesk, all sorts of companies. His company, CG Tech, his company he's working for, he came to talk to me about the same thing. And I was talking about digital strategy. And then I said, hey, do you do video letters? He went, no, don't do video letters. Showed him SLCPocket. He said, please let me come on there. I'll start using it. But they're really powerful. But they don't have to be just sales. I've got a great video letter to show you shortly. Okay, so in the 2 years that I have been learning, I mean, I've obviously been learning for a long time. I'm 40 now, and my dad, my family are still all around me, which is great because I've been able to live and see them all. I created what is called the prolific success cycle. Okay, success leaves clues, right? So I interview billionaires, millionaires, and I ask them what their story is. How were they successful? What would they define success to be? This first word, if you do not do this, and for the young entrepreneurs in the room, if you do not do this, you will never be successful. I'll repeat that again. If you do not do this, you will never be successful. However, if you do this, you will be successful. Okay? If you do this one thing, you will be successful. I promise. Action. Okay? Elon Musk has built a spaceship outside because it will take 2 years to build the building to house it in. I would say Elon Musk is pretty successful. Hands up if you agree with that one. Yeah, he's a pretty successful guy. Steve Jobs launched the iPhone, changed everything, but the software wasn't ready for the software on that phone. But they were being prolific, not perfect. Now, Steve Jobs, he actually, on his end days, wished he spent more family time. You know, one of the most wealthiest men in the world, super successful, died of cancer, pretty alone, didn't have a great family set up. Yeah? I mean, Elon Musk as well, I mean, he has very short time for anybody. But you have to take action, okay? The next word, I'll just check where am I on time. Okay, it begins with F. Fail. You all have to fail. You see, it's believed the most successful people in the world are creative, right? It's not. The most successful people in the world are those that take action and fail hard. And don't worry, because fail is first attempt in learning. Everybody's failed. Has everybody failed at one thing or another? Yeah, awesome. Take note why you failed. Okay? Take note why you failed. Evolve. So what is that? Evolve. And then re-enter. And so that's what I call the success cycle. Now it's really interesting because I created a brand and a global movement to have friends for my kids all over the world called Success Leaves Clues. That says after. And I created this as part of one of my training things I'm sharing with you because action, fail, take note, evolve, re-enter. Team House Points was created. SLCPocket was created. We took feedback from everybody to make it better. Prolific, not perfect, right? Now, you may already know this, but hands up, do many of you go to conferences or meetings with other people? Do you all do that? Okay, and it is really difficult to try and talk to everybody, isn't it? Okay, what I would like you to do, and I'd like to do this later, is everybody on LinkedIn? So you probably know this hack. If you don't, it's awesome. I wish I did it the first time I went to Miami because I spoke to everybody, but I did do it at the GrowthCon. That little icon there, if you do this, if everyone can get their phones out and do this now, honestly, it's really worth you all doing. That little icon there will create this little blue dot on the bottom right, okay? If you press that, and then you'll see here, find nearby off, turn it on. Find nearby off, turn it on. And what it will do, it will broadcast everybody who's in this room. So everybody who is in this room will now be broadcasting. And you can click connect, okay? But here is something that's really important with this. If you connect with somebody, and maybe you didn't meet them, or you would like to speak to them, if you connect with someone today, message them and say, hi, met you at the NatWest Entrepreneur Hub, so that they don't get lost in the abyss of your connections, okay? So you know where they are.
Does anybody need the Wi-Fi code? Is anybody struggling to connect? We're okay.
We can do that in the break, and we'll get everyone to do that in the break, because I would like to connect with all of you. You know, your net worth isn't the money in your bank. Your net worth is your network. And it, you know, only the last couple of years I went, oh shit, really? This is the Magic Matrix. This is on efficiency, a Magic Matrix on SLCPocket. It's free. I'm not going to tell you about that because you have to register for SLCPocket, and you can get that whole course for free. This is a little bit of some of the things I've done in the last year. Now the pride, when I say join the pride, don't join my pride if you don't want to get shit done. Because when you go through cancer and you go through those things, you have a zero tolerance for bullshit and you want people to get stuff done. The most successful people get stuff done. This is not my main income stream. My main income stream is my media production company, my development company, those things. But when I was at ClimbCon, there was a load of 16-year-olds and 19-year-olds, and they were at the front, and I was at the front. I had Diamond. I paid £15,000 for my seat. And these 16-year-olds and 17-year-olds and 18-year-olds came up and go, "Can I have a picture?" And I said, "Why do you want a picture with me?" They went, "You're at the front. You must be important." "I'm not important. I just paid for my seat." And they were like, "Oh." I said, "Here's the deal. If I was at this conference when I was your age, I'd be a billionaire already. So you've got 10 years to be a billionaire so that my kids can come and interview you." And they were like, "Okay, cool." And I still keep in touch with those guys now, and they always hit me on Instagram. Now, you know I said video letters, okay? You really have to do them because I was having a really shit day. I'd come back from Miami, and everyone's like, "Wow, yeah, well, I've come to a conference, it's all amazing." And then you go, business is pretty tough. And I was out with my family down at Rushton Lakes. And Carlos actually has a message for you all here, but Carlos sent me a message. And I spoke to him and I said, he actually gave me a message for all of you, which I'll probably put on my Instagram, on IGTV later, because it was a message I asked him to do. Very successful businessman, multiple properties. In America, everybody in America thinks big. The commonality of a £100 million business is as common as a £1 million business, okay? This was his advice.
Hey Ricky, thinking about you, man, right now. Listen, 8 o'clock in the morning, I'm leaving this beautiful beach right now near home. The best exercise that you taught me. Freedom, man, freedom. Hope that everything is doing good up there. Hope to see you anytime soon as well. See ya.
How cool is that? And I was feeling pretty bad that day. And he sent me that message. And I said, "Carlos, I'm so pleased you sent me that message, dude." And I messaged him, said, "I'm going to show everyone here." He's like, "Yeah, whatever." So the video letter doesn't have to be a sales thing. It can be, "Hi, how you doing? I know you're probably really busy. I get it. I just thought I'd message you to let you know this is happening." Done. Really short. And it's so powerful. All of my customers do it. And for me, okay, a number of the brands and the companies I work with, these people are so busy that they have so many gatekeepers. So they're not trying to ignore me, they're just busy. You can't ignore me if I'm there. "Hey, I've phoned you, I've emailed you, and it's me again. How you doing? Can we have the meeting?" And it works, honestly, try it. Please do video sales letters, 10 seconds, if you have them mobile or anything. Oh, power's died. Oh. That was on my laptop, but that's fine. Well, that's fine, because actually I had come to the end of my presentation, bar the 3 things that I was selling. So you'll all be happy that the sale's there. The first slide, okay, or the next slide rather, was if you register for SLCPocket.com, on there you'll see Efficiency and Magic Matrix, which I spent tens of thousands of pounds on, which is free. There's a Magic Matrix in there, Efficiency and How I Created Time. There's some interviews with the people I've been talking to on their success stories, and there's a self-assessment. That is free. Okay, that is free. The reason that's free is because I want everyone to be so successful, because I also want everyone to then buy a product or service from one of my other companies. Or, in the future, when my kids are doing their thing, you can say, "I saw your dad and I did this," and happy days. My next slide after that was I have a course on there, since we're at the end of the year, which is 1 to 5 year goals. It's a planning module. That module is £95. You can see it on the website. You can look at it now. It's there. If you bought that one today, tomorrow when I'm in the studio, anybody who buys it today, I will gift social media and omnipresence. Okay, what I've been doing to grow my social media. Okay, there's no right or wrong. I've got the followers that I have. I've got 16,500 followers as Success Leaves Clues. As RJDM, I've done Disney, Nemo, Top Gear, all of these things. We only got about 3,500 followers as RJDM. So if you bought that particular pack, then £1 on, which is free. There's a Magic Matrix in there, Efficiency and How I Created Time. There's some interviews with the people I've been talking to on their success stories, and there's a self-assessment. That is free. Okay, that is free. The reason that's free is because I want everyone to be so successful, because I also want everyone to then buy a product or service from one of my other companies. Or, in the future, when my kids are doing their thing, you can say, oh, I saw your dad and I did this, and happy days. My next slide after that was I have a course on there, since we're at the end of the year, which is 1 to 5 year goals. It's a planning module. That module is £95. You can see it on the website, you can look at it now, it's there. If you bought that one today, tomorrow when I'm in the studio, anybody who buys it today, I will gift social media and omnipresence. Okay, what I've been doing to grow my social media. Okay, there's no right or wrong. I've got the followers that I have. I've got 16,500 followers as Success Leaves Clues. As RJDM, I've done Disney, Nemo, Top Gear, all of these things. We only got about 3,500 followers as RJDM. So if you bought that particular pack, then I will add that for free. But my first product is free. And the last thing I have on the slide is I do what's called an online business dojo. I do it once a month. And if anyone was interested in coming to a dojo session, that can be free next month. So if you wanted to, then again, you can come and do that. We normally do it online. It's all done online through Zoom, but there is talk about doing it at a hotel or something just for everyone to go, hey, how's it going? Thank you ever so much for your time. Hopefully it's been useful.
Before you go anywhere,
Yeah.
I just want to open the floor to see if anyone's got any questions. But before I do, I just want to tell you that if you find yourself you're still based in Northampton, aren't you?
Yes, yeah.
If you find yourself in Northampton, do drop in and see Ricky's studio. If you like Star Wars, you would be mental not to go.
Yeah.
It is absolutely incredible. So life-size characters.
Yeah, we have a Star Wars room which has Boba Fett, Stormtrooper, C-3PO, R2-D2 and Han Solo on the wall. That whole top floor is where we film Success Leaves Clues as well. So it has the screens where we interview people for success stories. If you've got success stories and you want to be on the show, on the podcast, come and reach out to me. We have Iron Man on the hallway, Spider-Man outside, and we have Slimer and all the Ghostbuster stuff downstairs. Being an animator and having an animation company, you don't want to grow up, right? It was just the reality of what I had that made me grow up.
And I always have massive presentation envy when I'm presenting next to you, because your slides are always amazing. So thank you for bringing those along.
Thank you.
Do you guys have any questions for Ricky about anything he's talked about today?
No questions. Hands up if you're going to do a video sales letter or a video letter. Oh, you hesitated. What? Hand up.
I actually had a question. How do you do a video sales letter? Is it
Just on my phone. So I actually have my details. I think I all handed out my card, didn't I? The Success Leaves Clues card. So you got my mobile. So send me a video letter on your phone, like an MMS message, only about 5 or 10 seconds. So you could say, hey Ricky, listen to your presentation. I thought you were shit. I was like, oh, okay. But if you feel it's, but yeah, so I just do it through MMS. But also, because we're in a world of social media, right? And a lot of people you connect with, you can also do the same message via Messenger. Okay, don't worry about being perfect on it. I spent most of my life behind the camera. I've just now go in front of it. And if you all you have to do is go, sorry, what's your name?
Summit?
Sorry? Summit. So I go, hi Summit, how are you? I hope you're well. I hope you're having a great day, mate. Go and smash it. Whatever. Just it can be anything, because then what happens is out of sight, out of mind. So you do them, and I promise you, they make such a difference. And then you sort of get addicted to them, because then what happens is you get another one back. You end up video messaging between each other. Hi, I missed you again. But they're really, really cool.
And I would back that up. I've just been on a 2-day the Future Generation of Social Media conference last week, and everybody was talking about sending videos.
Yeah.
It is predicted that next year 80% of social content will be video based. 80%.
Yeah.
So if you don't currently use video, you are going to be behind the curve.
They're so powerful, because honestly, the people who I talk to, because I talk a lot high level to people, they are so busy that I always catch them that way. Because anybody can send an email for you. Anyone can send a text message or anything like that. But a video comes directly from you. It's personal, right?
And the other tip I picked up was introduce it when you send it. So when you attach the video in your comments, say, "Hi, it's Debbie from the Accelerator Hub. I've just sent you a quick message by video." Because otherwise, if you just send a video link, sometimes people think it's spam. So do introduce it.
Yeah. That's why I said keep them 5-10 seconds if you do it as an MMS message, if they're too long. And play it back as well, because what you can do is in your phones, if you've got an iPhone, you can edit it so that you just send the bit you're on. You know, not the bit when you suddenly look away and press stop. Cut that
How you
bit out.
having those?
Yeah, because like everyone would send a message and they're like, oh, where's the button? Stop it. It's there. Oh, keep missing it.
I've got a question for you, Ricky.
Yes.
How long did it take for you to get comfortable on social media, and what was the key for you in achieving that?
So, the true answer to that for me was, previously, when I was creative and animator, I wanted everything to be perfect. That pixel, that picture, everything had to be the right lighting. If I was directing a commercial or anything, it had to be perfect. With the world changing so much now, it's like you would think it's content, the amount of content is there's so much of it. So one TV commercial, one video that's perfect, unless you throw loads of money behind it, gets lost into the abyss. In fact, quantity is beating quality right now. So to overcome social media, the first thing I did, in fact, it was the first point of my success cycle. I just took action. I just did it. I really, I'll swear I'm overweight. I didn't care how I looked. I'm not like going on Instagram. I'm like, I do, It's like, I know I'm a dad. I've got my family. Totally cool. If I impact one life, awesome. But I just did it. And it wasn't better. And you'll see, what's really funny is in my very first ones, and like now this is like first time I presented this one to all of you. I'd much prefer being behind the camera. Then you'll get people going, oh, I see you on Instagram all the time, or, oh, I see this. Awesome, cool, you're talking about me. Because I think the fear, false evidence appearing real, is I'm not going to work, I'm not going to fit. So many people come onto social media and think they're going to blow up and they're going to make all this money. And then what happens, they go, it's not working, it's hard, this is tough. So is business, so is life. The river or the rock. The river always wins. Keep pushing through. I've seen loads of people who suddenly have been pushing it and then they go, how have you got your following? Because you put in different, the social media omnipresence is on the course, but I've created like a broadcast show. If you send a social media post in the morning, don't go, hi, I'm Ricky, and it's the morning. Do you want to buy social media and omnipresence? It's on the website. If you wake up in the morning, you're like, don't want to be sold to, do you? You want a motivational quote or a positive statement or something like that. So it's the type of social media that you push out. If you put a feel-good quote out, it doesn't even have to be you, it can just be a quote, that will get quite a lot of following because people want to feel good. They want the instant gratification monkey. And then just get your phone and do a video. This is why the video sales letters work as well, by the way, because the social media is no different than a video sales letter. The difference is you're not showing the world it. But if you're going, hey, my top tip is this, just put it out and see what happens. And then get other people to like and share. You grow your audiences by sharing. Everyone goes, oh, someone's a coach. Can't share your audience. So there's no right or wrong, that's different. Just that was the action part that I learned. Because when I was directing, it needed to be perfect. When I wanted to learn how to make money and be really successful, the most successful people I've had the pleasure to interview, meet and call friends, all got stuff done. They just did it. And that's ultimately, that's my biggest advice. Just do it. Just do it. And do it on all of the channels.
Can I ask the follow-up question?
Yeah.
Have you ever been trolled or laughed at?
Only by me.
Yeah.
I'm asking because in some people's minds, not mine own personally, that is possibly one of the obstacles, one of the barriers.
Yeah, I think the thing is there's quite a lot of my friends as well, by the way, who they start on the social media wagon and then they're, oh, so-and-so said this about my business. Okay, get everyone else saying the positive then. You just, haters, great, have a hater. People generally are hating you because they've given up on their own dream. There is...
Delete and block
It is but you don't even have to. Let them shout. Let them say how wrong you are, because everybody around you will say how right you are. Mine's quite easy. I say there's no right or wrong, there's different. It's working for me. I created time. Now I want to make money. And the only way to make money or do anything now is to be known. And the only way to know is push. So if someone goes, you're completely wrong with that statement. Okay, awesome. Could you explain why I'm wrong with that statement? Always respond. Always respond. Don't ignore them. Just go, oh, I'm sorry you feel that way. Because what you'll find as well is when you start doing that, those who are on your side, boom, it's like a grenade in the room. If you go, I'm sorry you feel that way, what would you suggest? If they don't come back, you've just thrown a grenade in the room and everyone else has gone, well, I disagree, blah, blah, blah. And what happens is discussions start happening and people agree and disagree, and so it's fine. So yeah, haters is a good thing. In fact, you're not big enough if you don't have them.